Hello, I'm Professor Douglas Sathler from Brazil, and I'm here to talk a little bit with Mike Passow. Mike Passow is a professor. He teaches at Columbia University, the city in New York City, and it's a great pleasure to have him here in Alto Caparaó, Brazil. It's a wonderful city, and I hope you can be here sometime. So, Mike, thank you to be here.
Pleasure to be here.
Okay, Mike, talk a little bit about your project. You have a project called Earth2Class. Sounds so interesting. So tell us, what is the Earth2Class?
I have a program at Columbia University's Lamont-Doherty Earth Observatory, which we've run for about 20 years. It brings teachers and students together with research scientists at Columbia to learn about many aspects of modern research. It's a project that was started originally just as Saturday morning programs, 3 hours. Teachers would come and hear scientists who volunteered. And then about 19 years ago, it expanded greatly, partly with the help of two people from Brazil. And we were able to create a program which now has had nearly 190 monthly workshops, sharing the research of nearly 100 researchers at Columbia University's world-famous Center for Science Research. And we have had several hundred teachers learn about cutting-edge investigations in all areas of the geosciences.
So it looks very interesting. And I heard that the Earth2Class project is spreading throughout the world. Is that true?
It is, if we call Brazil throughout the world. We are partnering now with universities in Brazil, particularly your university at Diamantina, and we are hoping that in this way we will provide a model for other institutions to share the research and the projects that they are doing with teachers and sometimes students in their areas.
And why is it important to put together at the same environment, at the same table, top professors and teachers and even students to share information about science?
Mostly what happens in schools is that people rely too much upon textbooks.
I see.
And the textbooks may not have the most up-to-date discoveries. Sometimes they may be 10 or more years out of date if the schools cannot change the textbooks frequently. And there's a lot of very interesting things that are going on. So we found that if we are able to bring teachers together with the scientists, the teachers feel empowered to talk about what is happening now, and they in turn will excite the students. We've also had students come who have become so excited that they've been able to get internship programs at Columbia.
So professors, at least in Brazil, looks like it's very concerned about their own research, and sometimes they forget about to be close to the communities around them. So
in the United States, there's a requirement for some of the funding from our National Science Foundation to share the research in what is called broader outreach. Go outside the small circle of people in that field, and the Earth2Class program has been an effective way of doing this. We have Saturday morning workshops in which we get together and I give an introduction so everybody knows some of the terms that will be used. They have a general idea of what the topic will be, and then the scientists will talk for 2 hours and explain what they have done, how they got interested in the project, and what they found. And the teachers will very frequently interrupt with questions sometimes these questions lead the scientists into new areas of research.
Very nice.
In the afternoon, we look at ways in which we can take this information and turn it into teaching experiences for students.
So, and finally, is it possible to replicate the Earth to Science experience in other countries, maybe poor countries?
Most definitely. This is not a very expensive program. Basically, the only real costs that we have are to give people what we call caffeine and carbs.
Oh, great.
We give them coffee and
snack time is so
snacks
important.
in the morning. Sorry. We give them caffeine and carbs in the morning, and then we give them lunch. Many of the scientists volunteer their time. Sometimes we do have a research grant which helps cover the costs. We also have a website, and the website has been very effective in sharing the information with people who cannot attend the live workshop. But the website also has a lot of resources for students and teachers studying earth science and other areas of science in the United States. And last year we were averaging about 55,000 hits a month.
Oh, wow.
So it's something that is well known in the United States. I've also talked about this at international conferences in Europe and in other parts of the world, so that we are hoping that we can bring the Earth2Class idea of scientists connecting with teachers to other countries.
Very nice. So thank you very much for this interview. It was wonderful. Okay, this was Mike Passow from Columbia University, and I hope to see you here in the Canal Descomplicado, and thank you very much. See you guys.